So, you're the leader of arguably one of the most powerful countries on earth, but you've been a really naughty boy, and you need to get away with it. Worry not. Today we'll be looking through the Boris Johnson playbook on how to get away with anything, like the proverbial greased piglet. We'll pick out some top tips that the man himself has been using during this ghastly Sue Gray report business. First of all, you'll want to avoid an independent investigation. There will be calls from bleeding heart lefties, families of victims, and other busybodies for an independent inquiry into your actions. Stand your ground! Instead of going for something traditional like a judge-led inquiry, give the job to someone who is ultimately one of your employees. Surely the pressure will be on for them to whitewash the report and completely exonerate you. But, I hear you ask, what if they pull a Sue Gray? And instead of making you look fantastic, say that the senior leadership must bear responsibility. Worry not, that's where step 2 comes in. Brazen it out. This is a classic. Just grumble out an apology and then really crank the volume up when launching into the old rhetoric and attacks on the opposition. Don't give anyone the chance to consider if you're able to show genuine humility, because they'll be too busy deflecting your verbal attacks. If you've got a pun about their name and a food type here, it will really help.
Sabir Korma.
Next, you'll need some scapegoats, and lots of them. Throw as many people under the bus as possible. Whatever happened, you weren't there.
I simply wasn't there.
How could you, the leader of a nation, possibly have any control over how other people behave?
And I have been as surprised and disappointed as anyone else in this house.
Put pressure on people to quit, but make sure you've got something cushy to give them, like a British ambassadorship to Saudi Arabia, as a thanks for taking one for the team. What about the police, you ask? Well, fortunately for you, police forces are generally pretty reluctant to investigate senior politicians. Years and years of budget cuts will keep them nice and hungry, and generally unwilling to upset you. It'd be a shame if this £1.1 billion funding package got spent on Wallpaper, wouldn't it? They'll soon get the message. If all else fails, don't forget the noble art of distractions. There's got to be a war on somewhere that you could draw attention to, while furrowing your brow and looking as serious as possible. By the time you're finished, nobody will even remember you were in trouble in the first place. Thanks for watching. You can help support us by visiting openDemocracy.net and by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and do all the usual YouTube things. Have a great day and stay out of trouble.